Hello everyone, welcome to new class. Today's class is the continuation of economics of power generation. So let us do more problems related to economics of power generation. That is problems to find the cost per unit generated. So let us do the problems. A generating station has an installed capacity of 50,000 kilowatt and delivers 220 into 10 raised to 6 units per annum. If the annual fixed charges are rupees 160 per kilowatt installed capacity and running charges are 4 paise per kWh, determine the cost per unit generated. So, to find the cost per unit generated, we have to add the annual fixed charges and running charges. So, here it is given that annual fixed charges per kW are given. So, first of all, we have to find the annual fixed charges and running charges. That is annual fixed charges is equal to, here it is given 160 per kilowatt installed capacity. So installed capacity is given that 50,000 kW. So it is equal to 160 into the installed capacity, that is 50,000, and that is equal to 80 into 10 raised to 5 rupees. Then we have to find the annual running charges. So annual running charges is equal to, it is given that 4 paise per kWh. That is the units generated is given that 220 into 10 raised to 6 units per annum. So running charges is equal to 4 paise. 4 paise means 0.04 into 220 into 10 raised to 6, and that is equal to 88 into 10 raised to 5 rupees. So rupees 88 into 10 raised to 5. Now we can find the cost per unit generated. That is cost per unit generated means we have to find the cost. So total annual charges is equal to total annual charges equal to annual fixed charges plus running charges, that is 80 into 10 raised to 5 plus 88 into 10 raised to 5, and that is equal to rupees 168 into 10 raised to 5. Now we can find the cost per unit generated. So cost per unit generated is equal to, this is cost, then unit generated is 220 into 10 raised to 6, and that is equal to rupees 0.0764, or we can write 7.64 paise. So this is the cost per unit generated. So in this way we are calculating the cost per unit generated. Let us do another problem. Estimate the generating cost per kilowatt hour delivered from a generating station from the following data. So these are the data given. Plant capacity is equal to 50 megawatt. Annual load factor is 40%. Capital cost is 1.2 crores. Annual cost of wage, taxation, etc. equal to rupees 4 lakhs. Cost of fuel, lubrication, maintenance, etc. equal to 1 paise per kilowatt hour generated. Then interest 5% per annum. Depreciation 6% per annum of initial value. So to find the cost per unit generated, we have to find the fixed charges and running charges. So here the cost of wage, taxation and interest, depreciation, etc. consist of the fixed charges, and cost of fuel, lubrication, maintenance, etc. consist of the running charges. So we have to find the fixed charges and running charges. So first of all we have to find the fixed charges. So for that it is given that here this is interest 5% per annum and also depreciation 6% per annum of the initial value. So initial value here it is given that capital cost, that is the initial value, that is 1.2 crores. So first of all take this one, that is the interest and also the depreciation value. Depreciation is equal to 5% and 6%. So we can write 5 plus 6 divided by 100 of its initial value, that is 1.2 crores, that is 120 into 10 raised to 5, and that is equal to rupees 13.2 into 10 raised to 5. Then it is given that wages and taxation is equal to 4 lakhs. So we can find the total annual fixed charges is equal to annual cost of wages plus interest and depreciation amount, that is 4 lakh. 4 lakh means 4 into 10 raised to 5 plus 13.2 into 10 raised to 5. So this is 5 and we get rupees 17.2 into 10 raised to 5. So this is the annual fixed charges. Now we can find the annual running charges. So to find the annual running charges, first of all we have to find the units generated. So here units generated is not given. So to find the cost per unit generated, we have to find the unit generated. So first of all find the units generated per annum. So units generated per annum is equal to maximum demand into load factor into hours in a year. So here what is maximum demand? So if the maximum demand is not given, we can assume that it is equal to the planned capacity, that is 50 megawatt. So it is 50 into maximum demand should be in the kilowatt. So 50 into 10 raised to 3. The load factor is 40%, that is 0.4 into hours is 8760, and we get it as 1752 into 10 raised to 5 kilowatt hour. So this is the units generated. Now to find the annual running charges, we have to include the cost of fuel, lubrication, etc. So here cost of fuel, lubrication, etc. is given as 1 paise per kilowatt hour generated. So now we can find the cost of fuel, lubrication, then maintenance, etc. is equal to 1 paise per kilowatt hour. So 1 paise means it is 0.01 into per kilowatt hour means we have to multiply with the kilowatt hour generated, that is the units generated. So it is equal to rupees 17.52 into 10 raised to 5. So here the cost of fuel, lubrication, maintenance, etc. consists of the cost of running charges, that is cost of total, that is total running charges is equal to total annual running charges is equal to rupees 17.52. Now we can find the total annual charges, that is total annual charges is equal to total annual fixed charges plus total annual running charges, that is 17.2 into 10 raised to 5 plus, that is equal to 17.2 into 10 raised to 5 plus 17.52 into 10 raised to 5, and we get it as rupees 34.72 into 10 raised to 5. Now we can find the cost per kilowatt hour, that is cost per kilowatt hour, that is cost per unit is equal to cost is 34.72 into 10 raised to 5 divided by units generated is equal to 1752 into 10 raised to 5, and that is equal to 0.02, that is rupees 0.02, or we can write 2 paise. So that is about the cost per unit generated. So in this way we are finding the cost per unit generated. So in the next classes, let us do more problems related to this one. So thank you for watching the class. If you like the classes, please like, share and subscribe my channel.